Hey y'all. So I was thinking about outdated laws and the Third Amendment. Let me just read that out to you real quick. No soldier shall, in any time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in any time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. When was the last time that was ever used? When was the last time anyone ever brought that up ever? I'm sorry, I'm very distracted because my kitten is playing with my feet. He scratches the fuck out of me sometimes. I swear, you're a little murderer. And no, we still don't have a good name for him. And no, I'm not naming him Almond. That's just a little joke between a certain person I know IRL. Well, you just got the zoomies, huh? Just playing all the time. Well, I was thinking, can we expand... So I was thinking, can we expand the Third Amendment to include nationwide castle doctrine? Because if it involves a soldier coming to your house, I feel like let's add more protections to the home, especially after the case of the McCloskeys, because they were defending their property. The fucking gate was in fact torn down. People say that it wasn't, but it was. I know, isn't it? He's so cute. But but I feel like this would be an amazing idea to make sure that the home is legally protected. Because, if it can be mentioned that a soldier cannot stay up in your house, can we have other legal protections for your house as well? Like, an angry mob can show up and you have the right to protect your fucking property? Because, I know we kind of do already have property rights in like I want to say indirect and indirect way, but if we make it the Third Amendment, like a part 2 of the Third Amendment, I think that would be a great win. I'm sorry. I just don't really see a downside to this at all. The gate was torn down. And the fucking... Oh my god. So, allegedly... I gotta say that. Allegedly, the firing pin was rearranged in a way so that the gun would not fire the little handgun that Mrs. McCloskey was wielding. And when it was sent to forensics, they had assembled it correctly and then said that that McCloskeys had tampered the evidence. And now that's like becoming a whole fucking problem. It's like she could have gotten a little fake ass BB gun, little BB pistol, and painted the tip black, and they would have charged her with the same fucking shit because they just cannot stand the fact that someone wants to protect their property, especially because it was a historical house. Like, bruh, I live in a historical area. Just about every house is historical around here. A lot of them. There are still working plantations. Motherfuckers would be lining up to protect that house, okay? So the fact that this is going out in the... What is it? Louisiana? Not Louisiana. It's Louisville. I'm blanking at the moment. I'm very sorry. Exactly. The McCloskeys did nothing wrong. Abso-fucking-lutely wrong. And the fact that they're getting dragged through the mud is just... To me, it's really showing the American people... Y'all hear that voice crack? To me, it's really showing the American people that it's like, yes, this will happen when the mob comes to you. They're going to drag you through the mud, and they're going to run your name through every little scrap of muck that the media can, and they're going to shame you for protecting your life, liberty, and pursuit of justice, is it? Or pursuit of justice, pursuit of happiness? I'm sorry. My brain is gone. Oh yeah, it's very clear. It is one sentence. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now also, let everyone has the well-regulated thing. That did not mean government regulations, which when the hell, except for a handful of times, has government regulations been a good thing? Outside of, like, human rights. outside of government regulations to protect human rights, they tend to kind of bog shit down. Anyway, what they meant by regulated militia is well practiced, a regular militia, regularly, if they had made, if they did something kind of like the Bible, translated it into modern English, it wouldn't still say regulated, okay? It would say something like well-trained or some other synonym that my brain doesn't let me think of. It's because of this. But anywhoosies. Do y'all have any other outdated laws that we could probably have a part 2 to? Oh, yeah. I mean, they probably did not want to become martyrs, but there's so many people that are willing to throw money at them, for one, but then also just jump in the line and just say, okay, I believe that if we're going to have a bunch of fucking leftist libtards running through the streets and burning shit down and graffitiing and tearing down our beautiful cities, why can't we get out there and do kind of like what Kyle Rittenhouse did and was trying to clean up? I know he was in a very dangerous area and it was a case of bad time, bad place. My brain is like, what's the original phrase? My brain just said shutting down. So, for instance, people get so butthurt when a right-winger goes and cleans up trash, because who the hell can argue with that? I was thinking about doing a beach cleanup or a highway cleanup or something, getting one or two other friends, or just doing it myself. I kind of don't want to do it by myself because, one, buddy system. I'm 5'4", have birth defects, and I live in a kind of shady area. I don't want to be on the side of the road by myself. 2, it's just easier. Yep. That reminds me. The footage from China of them not criticizing. Well, the Chinese citizen was drunk and making shit talk posts about the Chinese cops, and then they just strap him to a chair with an iron bar and his hands down, and they're like, "So, you apologize?" "I apologize." "Do you apologize?" "I apologize." That shit's that would never fucking fly in America. Also, hey, United Nations, I know you still don't consider the Holodomor a genocide 100 years later, but can you do something about China, please? Now? Because it's been going on since 2017. Can we just, go the fuck over there and at least try something, please? We don't have to even physically be there. That's why I love that Trump has tried to cut off China when it comes to trade, or at least anything monetary, when it comes to manufacturing. How I just gotta put this out there. Joe motherfucking Biden has literally nothing to run on, so he just copy-pastes Trump's, and he's like, the teacher will notice if I just change it up a little bit, right? The first debate, Joe Biden was literally saying shit like, bringing back manufacturing to America. Bitch, you stole that from Trump, Biden. And you're not going to talk about China, though. You're just going to say bring it all back to America, but you're not going to talk about how China is not only one of the biggest human rights abusers, but also polluting the planet the most, almost out of any other country. It's kind of weird. The countries that pollute the most are also the countries with the most industry. Let's see. It's Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, China, Taiwan's probably up in there. I know, I'm just trying to, skipping through my brain of all the different made in whatever, made in Thailand, made in Taiwan, made in Mexico, made in Haiti, made in wherever the fuck. And that can also bring me onto the topic of fast fashion, which just the TLDR about fast fashion. It's made to break. It's made to not last. It ends up in, it's like one of the most things that ends up in landfills. And just child labor, bro. Can we get away from child labor? Like, we're living in a future where cars can park themselves, but we're still somehow reliant on 7-year-olds making $2 a day in dangerous ass mines with rotted wood ladders. Like, bruh, I'm sorry. I just glancing back down at that. I'm like, wow, I traveled pretty far on that one. Anyway. Oh yeah. Like, for instance, a few months ago, one of the local crackheads came up to my door at like anywhere between the time of like 11 to 3. I don't remember the time at all. But the door was unlocked. She could have just pushed her fucking way into my house. And the bitch was... I'm sorry, I think my kitten just ate a roach. He's a little roach hunter. But if this bitch... One second. The bitch is lucky my dogs weren't outside, because let's just say these kinds of people tend to be afraid of dogs. Anywho, she came up to my door knocking, saying, hey, can you give me a ride? I'm like, how the fuck did you get here? She was like, someone dropped me off. Someone dropped you off to go to my place so I can give you a ride. My dumbass actually had the door cracked just enough to see her, but I couldn't really see her face because the floodlights in my house in the yard backlit her, so all I can see is just her fucking shallow-faced, creviced-ass, bald-headed ass silhouette. I slammed the door and locked it in her face, and I said, carry your ass on back home. Little scary. She's lucky I didn't meet her with a gun in her face. Anywho. But because because this bitch tends to be a touch tanner than I am, if I did actually do something, I might have been crucified. They might have dragged me through the streets by my hair. Oh, goodness. Oh, God. I know I'm being kind of like, just kind of shooing off the idea of me being brutally beaten by the mob, but that would happen. That would obviously happen. And at this point, it's just a punchline. It's like two white guys walk into a bar. They're immediately thrown out. Of course, I'm really bad with jokes because I'm a female, but like, anyway, let's just, that reminds me, when people say the Luciferian left, it's like, actually look up Luciferianism because it's not Satanism, because they are different. Y'all tend to forget that Lucifer and Satan are not the same person. Lucifer is the angel, Satan is the devil. They were the same person, but in the Bible, when you change, I guess, your personality, you change your name too. Anyway, I hate the whole Luciferian left thing, because Luciferianism is actually about saying, no, fuck you, I'm going to go my own way, and enlightenment, because with the whole Adam and Eve and tempting Eve with the apple, that the original story was actually about, like, escaping God's slavery or something. It's a big-ass story. I'm not going to get into religious history now. I understand what you mean, but I don't mean do something as in be violent. I mean do something as in anything. Anything when it comes to cleaning up graffiti, cleaning up trash, a peaceful protest. I'm just saying that if they can do it, and if they're trying to burn it all down, can we come back with some positive energy? Can we come back with some, we're going to be above that? Because even though I think not doing anything looks good for optics, it's still doing nothing, and it's being passive when people are getting shot and killed and people are having their businesses burned down. And I genuinely think that passivity isn't, like, everyone gets butthurt because Republicans don't do anything. Like, the do-nothing Republicans. They're sitting on their hands saying, oh, I don't want to step over the line. That's being passive. So let's get out and do something. Hey, Milo. He's over here chilling. So yeah, I'm just saying, let's just, yeah. Like I said, they still don't consider the Holodomor a genocide, but just a side effect of what happened. I'm sorry, dude, but in the same country where they constantly violate human rights, do you think for a second that they're gonna follow any kind of like restriction or guidelines when it comes to the environment? Do you think for a second that if they're fucking locking people up for criticizing the government, and if they're banning shit left and right, do you think for a second that they would be like, oh, but we're not gonna have children working in the mines. Oh, we're not gonna just dump the sludge out into the fucking forest. Do you think for a fucking second that the same people that abuse human rights are going to be the same people that follow to the fucking T environmental code? Try again, Drew. I'm sorry, that's just wrong. Dude. Okay, you really need to know actually what the fuck is going on in China. I think it was last year. I met this guy from China. This random ass Chinese immigrant told me that nothing is self-owned in China. Everything is owned by the government. Do you fucking think for a second, like, bruh, did you not hear about banned in China, banned in China, banned in China, banned in China? Did you not hear about the fucking Uyghur genocide going on since 2017? Did you not fucking hear about how they're trying to expand into the South China Sea? Did you not hear about how they're fucking Taiwan, dude? Taiwan. Where have you been? Get out from under the rock you lived in and look at China and what the fuck they're doing. The human rights violations in the West pale in comparison to what's going on in other countries. My guy, I've heard so many fucking anecdotes. I know anecdotes aren't evidence, but just, I'm not going to get any further to it. Yeah. I do have a peephole. I just didn't use it because there's a slide of paint on it and it's dark outside and it's the middle of the night. Anyway. Yep. I would much rather be canceled than dead. What is it? Judged by 12 and carried by 6? Like, come to my... I have 2 no trespassing signs. One over there and one over there. And then a big old fence. And if you pass it, you might get a little lead treat. Little lead surprise. I'm not going to get into this whole fucking colonialism bullshit, my guy. Like, acting like other countries are forced to live under the West tutelage is acting like they have no fucking agency at all. Acting like they have no control at all. And to me, that kind of sounds like a slight bigotry of low expectations, as if the white people have to come in and do all their business for them and give them all their industry and nothing can be homegrown. I'm not about that, my guy. I'm not here for this. Is that supposed to be... That might be an explanation, but it's not a justification. Are we supposed to just let it pass? Because, well, they're just repeating history. And was another Hitler rounding up Poland, I don't think we would just let that pass either. My dude. The kitten is playing with something. Even then, even with the domination of Western whatever the fuck in the whole rest of the world, yes, there are some roots that still linger. But holy shit, my guy, it's not like culture doesn't get revived, at least slowly. Like, I know of a whole cultural revolution in, I think it was China, trying to remember their Han ethnic, whatchamacallit, their, just their entire culture, like their dress and all their wuxia films. Now, why would you think that they want to be promoting their Han ethnicity? Probably because the Uyghur ethnicity, well, China's an atheist country, and these Uyghur Muslims, they're Muslim. I don't think that works for an atheist communist country. Anyway, let's try to get back onto the Constitution. I kind of said all I really needed to say, honestly. Also, can we just talk about the fact that most people either never learn about government in school, or it's... I'm not saying anything. But how I was taught, I had my government classes senior year, the last semester of senior year. A lot of kids dropped out before then. Several kids died before then. Why at the very end do we get to learn that, oh, when we walk on school grounds, we kind of surrender all of our rights? And that this, and this happens, and this, and this you can't do, and this, and this are all myths, actually. Why at the very end? Because I remember earlier education about politics, I think it was in middle school, and it was still very surface level. It was essentially, this is what right wing means, and this is what left wing means. Is this pillow down? Pillow goose down? It is. It is a goose down pillow. I didn't know this. I'm sorry. Americans have let the second Rwanda genocide of Tutsi against Tutsi. Where is this coming from, dude? What are you referring to? Like, so just because this logic is literally, well, they got a cookie, so that means I should get a cookie too. Just because so-and-so ignored a genocide doesn't mean that we should ignore another genocide now? My guy. Where is your logic? I don't know where the fuck this is coming from. So yes, you can just sit and do nothing. Are you advocating for just sitting and do nothing? Or are you just saying that? Because I'm genuinely confused. Like, I'm sitting here reading it right now, reading it over and over and over. I don't understand what you are trying to say, my guy. My cat is hella distracting. I'm sorry. He's like playing with plastic right now. Anyway. Feet? Okay. Here's some feet. Here's some feet. Anyway. I think I'm gonna just fuck off because I don't really have that time nor the energy to sit here and debate semantics or at least try to figure out what someone else is trying to say. This is why I joke that I'm autistic, because I'm kind of dumb. And yes, I'll openly say that. I'm not trying to like self-deprecate or anything. Knowing what you don't know is at least a step above not knowing shit. Or at least not. I fucked up because of this. Not knowing or understanding that you don't know shit is still better than thinking you know everything. Just. Okay. So you're trying to pull this whole white savior thing. I understand, dude. Should we not intervene when people are dying? If another country is just saying, meh, to a whole fucking genocide, do you think something should happen? Or should it just, well, they should just fix it themselves? That's like saying, that's like when a police department investigates himself and says they found nothing wrong. Like, I don't care if you consider it Western savior or like the whole Jesus thing. Like, my guy, people are getting killed. People are getting re-educated. Like, I don't throw the whole fucking Western savior shit at me. I don't care. People are getting seriously uprooted from their lives, and if not killed, greatly injured or traumatized. Why is it a bad thing to help them? You must be a leftist, lol. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? I do. The only difference between you and China is the existence of CNN. What? What? Me a country. Yes, I am just, the only difference between me and the country of China is just CNN. Where the fuck? What the hell? Dude, stop while you're ahead. Just stop. Like, you're not making any sense. Please. I'm sorry, because white savior's already a term, but you meant Western savior, even though if they're damn near synonymous. But okay, semantics. When there is no CNN, there is not genocide. What does that mean, my dude? What does it mean? Can I get that in English? Like, I think I'm just gonna go because I'm wasting too much time. Well, I'm kind of having fun, honestly. Like, it's like a puzzle. Like, what does this mean? I haven't had this much fun since watching Higurashi When They Cry. Come here, kitten. Help me figure this one out. What does it mean, kitten, when if there is no CNN, there is not genocide? I don't know what it means. I know you're just a baby, but maybe you can help me figure it out. Oh, God. Okay. I'm fucking off before this goes any farther. Maybe you can leave a big fucking paragraph in the comments about what you meant after the fact, and maybe I'll look at it. I'll see y'all bitches later.